the Monastery Mentor.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Lam, Storm Crane Elder. This is the Monastery Mentor that makes Monastery Mentors, which in turn make Monk tokens. This is mono white spells. We want to cast non-creature spells to make Monastery Mentors, and then more non-creature spells to make Monk tokens. All of them have prowess, so they grow as you cast more spells, meaning that this deck has very few creatures in it. Only 11 total creatures, one of which is actually also Monastery Mentor. In this deck, we're playing a ton of protective spells, because casting protection for Monastery Mentors, or Lam himself, will get you more of the same. We even have a couple things that go wide, double up our tokens, removal. All of these cards are great with Lam, and you can even try to shut off your opponent's strategy while benefiting yourself. 0 and 1 mana spells are especially good since you can throw them down for free or use them to get a little bit more mana so you can continue to generate more spells. And cantripping spells, spells that draw you a card after you cast them, can get you even further, especially one of the arena-only cards, specifically the Endless Corridor, which allows you to spend 2 mana to get another non-creature spell, which allows you to spend 2 mana to get another non-creature spell. As long as you have mana up, you can keep going down the Endless Corridor. So let's take the Lam, Storm Crane Elder into the queue and start going mental with some mentors. Helga, Skittish Seer. Helga taps for mana based on her power, but that mana can only be spent on things that have a high mana cost, creatures specifically, or an X in their cost. And she also grows and draws you cards as you cast those. I am so happy I have this Curse of Silence to slow them down, because a turn 2 Helga is terrifying. Helga, Skittish Seer, slow down. Seriously, slow down, Helga. She just keeps on going. I have medicated the frog. I taped her mouth over. And on turn 2, I can fragment the Hobbit. Sure. Let's see if they have a 0 cost card in their deck. Other than lands. They don't. They don't have a Mox Amber. That's usually what this hits, is if they have a Mox Amber, it hits a Mox Amber. Okay, I have slowed them down, and now let's get some card draw ready. Palantir of Orthanc. Since they are in the colors that could be running a little bit of counter magic, Paladin class is something I might want to lead with for Lam, depending on like if they're already tapped out when that happens. Oh, Roaming Throne naming Druid. It works for Helga. It works for Chulane. It works for a whole lot of cards. Do I think Lam is safe here? I kind of like Path to Exiling the Roaming Throne. But I could do it on their turn. See what I get on the Palantir. Fight as 1. Good card. And it gets milled, as well as a Fateful Absence. A Roaming Throne doubling up both the card draw and the growth of Helga is what I'm a little worried about there. And rather than hit the Helga here, I'm going to hit the Roaming Throne. And am I going to drop this? No. Enjoy your basic land tapped. Land ho. Lamb ho. Pass the turn. Next turn is the big one. We've got the corridor ready to rumble. Oh my gosh, I want this so bad. So let's see if they mill. They know that my deck is probably mostly low cost cards, but like, I want my card advantage. Dang. Pearl Medallion with the Endless Corridor would have been so nasty good. Mom says fight me. I have to wait until they target so they don't just target the monk. Okay. Perfect. Lam's indestructible. And they surveil. Okay, I think I want restoration into land into this. Because otherwise I'm just casting 2 of these. And I know I can do more. I mean, getting +1/+1 ain't bad, but I'll go for a temporary... You know what, since I'm not chaining, I'm gonna go for solitary study. I can unlock the other side to put the other copy in my hand next turn. Doesn't count as casting a spell. Still good. Swinging in with Lam, because I don't think they'll trade, because they know that just playing a creature or getting a creature in play, because I see that unearthed there, could do more. Hey, Monastery Mentor. Let's go wide. You gonna mill? You gonna risk it? No, you're not. If Lam dies, I got the Monastery Mentors as my backup here. This is not something I need to cast, but it's better if I do, because then I get the triggers. But I can discard it, bringing back Ossification, Pearl Medallion, the Flowering of the White Tree. Ooh, Silverback Elder can destroy some of these artifacts and enchantments, too. And my partner, Nick, can be the best man ever and bring me a little cappuccino. Thank you, Nick. I'm fighting a frog.
Wow, kick his ass.
Her.
Kick her ass.
Thank you, I will. I'm gonna drop the Flowering of the White Tree and keep the bauble. Because it's, if I say free real estate, y'all know what's up. You guys know what's happening. Do I need the Lamb? With kill. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Lamb, you're staying there. Yo, common Nick dub. Nick's the best. Show me what's on top. Lair of the Hydra. Good card. Unlocking the other side. I'll give one of these first strike. Endless Corridor to put another one into my hand. And then the third one, I'm going to be casting on Solitary Study. Like, if they have a flash creature here, they have tons of mana for it. But I have enough damage to take them out. GG. Muldrotha, the Gravetide. Going to be recasting spells from their graveyard. Unless I can exile them first. They go first, which makes this land tax extra nice in this hand. So I'm going to start with a turn 1 land tax. And I don't think they're going to want to play land tax chicken with me. Because, yeah, they want to cast spells. They know I'm probably a pretty land-light deck, too. And I am. So they're ramping. They're ramping. They're ramping. And they might remove this pretty soon. Yes, I would love some lands. This is a, like, combination of I'm thinning my deck and also just, like, get this stuff out of here. Cold Steel Heart, naming white. I could have also done Authority of the Console, Swords of Plowshares. I don't need that. Yeah, lots of great recurable removal with Muldrotha. Things like Binding the Old God, Ravenous Chupacabra. Nashi's just gonna grab them a copy of Scalding Tarn with Flash. Not that that makes a difference. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It actually doesn't. It says if the duplicate isn't a land card, it potentially gains Flash. They'll be able to recur the Bauble every turn with Muldrotha. Would I like more basic lands? Yeah. I'm gonna go for just 2 this time. They still have so many more things than me. It's so wild. Exiling Nashi, not a bad plan. I probably want to hold it for Muldrotha, though. I'm gonna go Authority and Orb Authority. And next turn I should be able to Lam and cast a 1-mana spell. They surveil. Putting Momentum Breaker in the graveyard. I have nothing to sacrifice, so that makes sense. Yeah, I'm down with Mind Stone being milled. If I draw it, like, that's cool too. I will not be getting Loran's Escape if I'm using land tax. Nice Goif. They're milling themselves. And they sure do have blue up. Handful of lands. I don't know. I feel like they have a mana drain. But I'm gonna go for this anyway. Counterspell. So not mana drain, but pretty similar. We get Orb. Requisition Raid lets me destroy Signet and Kami. And Ocelot Pride is Ocelot Pride. Discarding another land. What the heck? I just realized their Goif has 0 power because they have no creatures in their graveyard. There's a creature in their graveyard, a Glarb! What beautiful garbage. Okay, let me see how many lands are in their graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Time for my commander. Wants to go in the hole. Aftermath Analysts go down the hole. Yeah, they know they're hitting nothing on that. Surprised to see 2 lands get milled, but it happens. Is it time for Muldrotha? They got garbage in the graveyard. Yeah, they have so much mana that they will, actually, they won't be able to play anything here because of the triggers. So what happened, trigger-wise, is I get priority, they also get priority, and I'm able to take out Muldrotha before they're able to cast anything from their graveyard. Cool. Alright, and I also have Fire of Fortitude for protection, if they do have some sort of mass removal. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna... Listen, I'm gonna keep grabbing 2 lands at a time. Eventually, maybe I'll run out, and then Wow, I managed to draw a land. Okay, Elspeth Stormslayer. Oh, what a card. Not only does it double my monk tokens, it also can give them all a huge boost, give them some flying. And I still have 2 mana up for, I don't know, smashing Muldrotha again. I can't crush the rat, but I can crush their hopes and dreams. GG, Muldrotha. Sab-Sunen Luxa embodied, an indestructible god, not a frog. Technically, totally a frog, though. That draws you cards, gets massive, has reach, has trample, and can actually draw you cards and attack on the same turns. I am going to use this Chrome Mox, but I think I might want to wait 1 turn. Holding up Fateful Absence, totally worth it. Adeline on the next turn versus Restoration of Iganjo. This, to me, feels like a Restoration matchup more than an Adeline matchup. The fact that they have a giant indestructible creature means attacking in isn't going to do as much. And die! Always Bolt the Bird. Or Absence the Elf. Do the thing. We're gonna grab an extra planes. And no, I don't have any spells to follow up with Lam. That's okay. Always wears Grandpa the Elf. Doesn't sound as good as Bolt the Bird, but yeah. I love Where's Grandpa. I still never remember the name of this card, so whenever I'm searching for it to put in my decks, I write Investigate. Like, yeah, I know what this card does. It investigates. Eliminate the Elf. That's a black card. Eliminate. It's a good one. They could counter my commander. They are in blue. Yep, washed away. Thankfully, I will have enough mana to play it again next turn. Hi, Bristly Billiam. Getting those landfall triggers and turning them into +1/+1 counters. Very good with Sab-Sunen. Lets you manipulate her abilities very well. I do have mana for Lam here. Or I could play the Elspeth first. I'm going to go for this just to use up all of the mana. If this could destroy Bill, I think I probably would have played it, used the -3. But this way, I'm getting a trigger for Lem because, you know, it comes down and does the thing. Take 4. I'm not double blocking. That feels like a bad idea. Yeah, especially when you have mana up and can get more lands. This is going to be 2 more lands entering, which means 2 more counters on Bill. Kill Bill? I would if I could, but it's only things with mana value 3 or greater. Elspeth on the stack. They do have double blue, so let's see if it resolves. It did. No, didn't? These resolved. Okay, mana drain. So that gives them enough mana to like play their commander, activate Billiam, do whatever they want. That's a shame. I wanted double tokens from the Architect and potential extra tokens from the Monastery Mentor in the future. Nifty Rifty. Alright, that makes my Chrome Mox pretty garbage. But I can still use it to trigger them for free, which is nice. Land. On the lamb. Trying to decide if I, like, care enough about get losting the Bill right now. Not this turn. I think next turn. Do I feel like using this for more mana or saving it as an actual spell? I don't really need that much mana, so I'm just going to decline. Hi, Sab-Sunen. Playing a 6th land, putting a counter onto Bill. And this is indestructible, but this sure isn't. Ooh, Authority of the Consuls. Yeah, I'll take that for free. Make your stuff come in tapped. Play a land. Play the Mentor. Use the Nykthos. Tell this guy to get lost. Make a token. And I could swing in here to get some damage in. In fact, I'm going to. I'm out of spells to cast. So, like, sure, kill my commander. I'll cast it again. They have 10 life left. And I have all of this. They draw 2. If they can put a counter onto Sab-Sunen, they'll also be able to attack and block. Oh, looks like they're going to draw a bunch more cards and then potentially cast a spell for free. It has to have a mana value 5 or less, but I can't think of anything there that's going to save them, which means I win. Awesome. Let's go, monks. Lumra, Bellow of the Woods, mills, and then brings back all your lands from the graveyard to the battlefield. I like having this turn 2 ramp to get out Lem potentially on turn 3. So I will definitely keep this. I can also go for like Takasha's Welcome. Though it doesn't draw on Lam, it will draw on the Monastery Mentors. Or the tokens. Which is cool. I don't think I need to play this as a land though. My Witch Enchanter. I think it'll be a creature. They're using that Vista. A little fetch land to get their first land in the graveyard, and then they're going to tutor for another land, put it into hand. And I have a feeling you're also going to be playing some of the things that, like, make your lands come in untapped, other self-mill things, other ways to bring back your lands from beyond the grave. Thankfully, green does not have that much removal, so unlike most matchups, I feel okay just playing Lamb into, like, empty battlefield. I could kill the Birds of Paradise here, but I want to start rolling out the monks. Mossborn Hydra. Nice. So I'll probably Fateful Absence this. Fragment Reality this. The Mossborn Hydra, kind of a threat right now, but not a huge threat. Yeah, green's removal is fights, which means that, like, they either have to have enough mana or have a creature for, like, something like Kogla that, like, enters and fights already. Hey, I'll trade you. So they could kill me with the Mossborn Hydra. Like, legit next turn. There are ways it could happen. So even though I'd love to kill the Birds of Paradise too, I'm going for the card draw, get rid of that. And I'm doing it all right now to get more damage. I was kind of hoping they would block, and then I could just, like, Fragment Reality the bird. Yeah, because this doubles with each landfall. So let's say you played a fetch, then you played something else that got 2 lands, like Harrow, and then you played something else with that got 2 lands. I would destroy Takasha's Welcome here. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. Acidic Slime, very cool card. This gets me more Nykthos mana. I don't think they'll have any 0-cost things in their deck. They, in fact, it did not. Going to play the Witch Enchanter. Destroy the Clue. And I don't have lethal on this turn, but I don't mind sacrificing Lem, or at least, like, a Monastery Mentor swinging in. GG Lumra. Nissa, Resurgent Animist. Landfall, get a mana. Second landfall, get an elf or an elemental. I'm very happy to say that I have land tax. They're saying hi, hi. Land tax. We're gonna just balance the scales a little bit here. You have 1,000,000 lands. Maybe I'll have 1,000,000 lands. Birds of Paradise. I'm not gonna path it because that would give them a land, which is kind of just like another Birds of Paradise. So, like, land tax usually not as good when you're going first, but I think it's just fine against a landfall deck. Like, they're gonna be getting more lands out. That's a thing they do. I'm gonna go for this slightly more expensive removal, Stroke of Midnight, over Path. So I can start getting lit with that kitten. So good, kitty cat. It can double the monk tokens, but also it's just a really good mono white card. Okay. I could always path one of my own tokens. Yes. Oh, you're saying I could path them to set off land tax? I certainly could. I don't know if that's, like, the reason I would do it. I'm gonna let them have their Nissa out for a turn and see what happens. Let's see if we end up regretting it deeply. Meow wow. Guide to Souls with Ocelot Pride. It's Modern Horizons and it's broken. Oh, they're roaming. I'm probably naming Scout or Elf. Elf. Yeah, even at 2 mana, Ocelot Pride is such a good card. Ooh, a Lumra. That is a very good elemental. And this is the worst Ocelot Pride. I know, still very good card. They have 4 mana. I feel like I'm matching into a lot of green decks. And they're gonna beat up the kitten. They know that card is a problem. Because it is. Yes, please. 1, 2, 3. Thin my deck. Get some cards. Patchwork banner. I feel like I gotta take out the Nissa here. So even though I'd love to get out Lamb, they have enough mana to play the bear, and I don't want them getting more, like, landfall off that. Like, I don't want them to be able to, like, chain together spells that well. So I could still go for Patchwork Banner. Naming Monk. And you want to name Monk on Patchwork Banner because the tokens are not humans. Are you doing this? Force of Vigor. Whoa, 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 whoa. Excuse me. Why didn't you tap this for mana? The thing being destroyed. Okay, I probably don't need the fight as one, but I'm still a little, you know, disgruntled about it. Ottoman Tapperson. They got the mana for Lumra, and here comes the bear. They could use that Fable Passage first. And it looks like they put a tutor into the graveyard, this Nature's Rhythm. You have reach. Foiling my plans. Not all my plans, though, just some of my plans. Time for Lamb. Yeah, this is also nerfed Guide of Souls. It takes 4 energy instead of just 3. So they can very soon just kind of like tutor for whatever creature they want from their deck. They can also help pay for the cost with Lumra. And since Lumra scales with the number of lands, let's see. How big of a thing could they get right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, they could get 13 mana. So, like, Emrakul's already in the graveyard. This one doesn't hit graveyards. Consider that a good thing. I will fight as one human and non-human together. You will be my human defender. You will be my non-human defender. I'm just trying to make more mentors. Yes, I'll kill Roaming Throne and just chump block Lumra. I could have also, like, double blocked Lumra to try to take her out. Oh, the reason Patchwork Banner didn't get tapped first is because it taps for mana of any color. That's very important in my mono-white deck. X equals 8. Vorinclex? Vorinclex, yep. Not that surprised by it. Kind of surprised they would tap the Lumra, though. But it does get them the spell. Now, why are you looking at your graveyard? Ah. Casting Nissa. Cool. It stinks that you are locking down my lands, because I genuinely have such a sweet move here. I am going to start with... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need to start with anything. I just swing in with everyone here. Guide of Souls, buff yourself, please. I want to kill Vorinclex. If Vorinclex blocks either Lam or the Monastery Mentor, I can take it out. Get ready for a game changer. It's a game changer. It doubles their mana and halves mine. Still going to play this. Alright, let's see. I can get in more damage. Is it +2? Set up for flying. Keep this alive. I don't really care about keeping this alive. I think I will set up Lamb to fly next turn. And then save this, even though I'd really like the, you know, the monk, because my mana doesn't go! Oh, they stole all my creatures. Well, that's a problem. Emrakul. It's a problem. Huh? Unfortunately, I probably can't get around this. I do have one board wipe in the deck. And I have very, very few ways to get rid of Emrakul because she has, like, the most redonkulous protection. Protection from permanents cast this turn means you can't, like, binding her. Doesn't work. GG, Nissa. Nissa of Shadowed Bows. Bows? One of those. I have big infinite casts. I have Adeline for just being a big attacker. And I have some mana. Like, actually a lot of mana. I have too much mana. Ooh, and a flowering of the white tree. Nice. Wonder if I want to go for the turn 3 Lamb. Probably not. I think that turn 3 Lamb is going to have the problem of, unfortunately, being very vulnerable to removal because their deck is in black. This is, by the way, a landfall card. It reanimates or puts things into play from your hand. It's pretty cool. It can definitely go off. Boughs. Boughs of a tree, right? Land becomes elemental. These two attack. Bringing out the Adeline. A fine blocker. Extra buffed, extra protected, thanks to flowering of the white tree. She's up to 6. And they're gonna eat Adeline. Yum, 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 yum. They just untapped, didn't animate it. I do have a tiny bit of hexproof. Do I feel safe? Not really, no. I know that that's not going to count towards it, but it'll just like passively buff up my creatures, and then I should be able to chain together some endless corridors in the future. Phyrexian Arena, some card draw. 8. Loyalty. If they have something they want to cheat out, they totally can, as long as it's a 5 mana or less thing. Nope, guess not. On the lamb. I'm just gonna use ossification rather than protect to hit the Nissa. Cards are drawn. Lands are falling. Noxious Gearhulk, big stinky, and they have enough mana to kill them and also gain the life off the toughness. Paying that 1, getting that ward through. Cool. Replaying my commander. Passing the turn. Right now I only have the humans. Once I make the tokens, I'll have a human and a non-human. Are we eating unicorns? No, we're eating monks. And the monks are eating well. Have a ton of mana. For a meat hook massacre. Okay. If I fight as one, giving you the indestructible and the +1/+1, you will live. They'll both live. The tokens won't. The fresh guys won't. These fellas do. Nice. Now let's see how much I can go off with this. Endless Corridor into my hand. Give a guy a first strike. Boop. So every 2 mana I have is another Endless Corridor. I only have 8 life left. They have a meat hook massacre. I'm like trying to decide if I want to bolt this in. Yeah, I vote greed. Yeah, and then like next turn I can spend mana. It won't be casting a spell to unlock the other rooms for a more passive buff. It's better though for me to just keep making endless corridors. Because, you know, prowess triggers. So swinging for 16. And now they have almost the same amount of life as me. Risley, Salvage. Ooh, what gets put into the grave? Rexage, Nissa. Well, Rexage is able to take out the flowering. But I have very much, a bunch of the same stuff here. Whole monastery's out on the town tonight. Yep. Having a good time, too. If they have a fetch land, or if they just want to sacrifice Nissa, they could play her and reanimate something, but Noxious Gearhulk is the most impactful reanimate, since it can gain them life, but it's definitely not enough. I feel like it's board wipe or bust here. You got a worm? Massacre Worm would take me out. Toldred, can you force me to draw cards? Nope, that's just a mammoth. Ow, I'm drawing. I'm gonna unlock one of these just to make number go up and then swing in. We good? Okay, good news. We're good. Swinging in for moderately lethal. This is just revenge against Nissa. GG. Nadu, Winged Wisdom. Nadu is going to be drawing cards or just putting them in hand or putting a land into play by targeting their own creatures. And if I target their creatures, the same things happen. Nadu is usually looking to do a little bit of ramp, a little bit of landfall, and this is the nerfed Nadu, which can only trigger twice a turn, but can still get you a ton of value. You can actually trigger it more than twice a turn, but it's a lot more difficult. Let's see, I've got a Winter Moon and a Pearl Medallion here. I do have some non-basics in my deck, but I have a feeling they will have more non-basics. And I don't really want to show this Winter Moon until it's relevant. So I'm going to bring out a Pearl Medallion, make my white spells cost less like Lem. Pyrite Sanctum, that does let them target Nadu. They did not manually tap though, so it left open Halfling mana rather than the breeding pool. It's wise to moon my opponent when they least expect it. Thanks. Here's Lum. I do have this Flare of Fortitude to give my permanents hexproof and indestructible if I'm desperate. It's kind of cool. I can sacrifice my like Monastery mentors in order to cast Flare. Ooh, do you pay the 1? So Breeding Pool will definitely be what they'd want to untap. So, like, Witness Protection, I want that hexproof. So I am going to sacrifice Esper Sentinel. Love it. Perfect. And Lam lives! Like, rip Esper Sentinel, but, you know, you did fine. You taxed them by 1. Yeah, they only have 1 basic, so they will be able to untap this, but it will be trickier. I think I'm going to go for Moon Defiant Strike over Elspeth here. And look at me and all my beautiful basics with this Winter Moon out. I want more damage. So let's get some triggers. Triggers, 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 triggers. Triggers, 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 triggers. I was hoping I'd draw another cool spell, but that's fine. Next turn, Elspeth, I can give everything flying. Hi, Malcolm. So they can untap their Breeding Pool. That is 2 mana on 1 land. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Leather Armor gets them a free single equip a turn. Is this naming blue? It is naming blue. They have Counter Spell up. But that's alright, because the Prowess is also quite a bit of damage. Yeah, I don't like that Winter Moon is colorless. Honestly, this feels like it should be a white spell. Like maybe a white enchantment, kind of like Blood Moon. So we know they have a counter spell. So I'm just going to play Cold Steel Heart over the Elspeth. Prowess, prowess. Prowess, 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 prowess. Naming white. And do I want to risk Lamb here? Let's see. They block, block, block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Swinging with everything. Yep. Go for it, kids. It's a lot of damage. And even with those blocks, all that damage is going through and they are left with 2 life. And I have so many tokens. Like, I don't need Lem here. Everybody needs some kind of 5-color pile punishment. Yeah, I just wish it weren't a 2-mana generically costed card you could put into any monocolored deck. GG Nadu. I saw that Scoot Swarm. I saw it. Hamza, Might of the Yathan. Another one of the alchemy cards that just got released, and also one that can go infinite. Do I want to keep this? I have a Sunfall. This is my 1 board wipe. It might be necessary because, as I mentioned, goes infinite. This is probably going to be Abzan Landfall, and there are 2 cards that are easy 1-2 punch combos with Hamza. You can either get every single basic out of your deck and get creatures equivalent to it out of your deck by playing threats around every corner. Or you can get every single creature out of your deck using a Shaya. Landfall, it seeks a random creature and puts it face down under your control. There's ways to blink them, make them face up. There's a lot of good cards for Hamza. Hi, Loot. Yeah, I completely kept this hand of just like, I'm just gonna sit here and then Sunfall eventually. I got one whole board wipe. This will make my non-basics, unfortunately my 2 remaining lands, come in tapped. Let them play additional lands, but they could already play additional lands. I'll play Cave of the Frost Dragon and this orb. I have a feeling they will mill. I'll just put Patchwork Banner on top. Behold, orb! We've got some great orb. Loot currently sees 5 mana. I need 6 to activate. They could attack with Thallion to Gitrog and sacrifice something. Which is like using up the mana but gets more mana. Who do you eat? Eat the Hobbit. Eat the Hobbit. Just eat the Hobbit. Come on. Oh no, they ate Loot! Who's up pondering their orb? Might be me. Flare of Cultivation gets them 2 more lands, and they can play both of them. 2 basics. Get them both. The Loot Soup. No, we want human for this, right? Let me draw. Okay. They did not let me draw. They went for the mill. Took 4 damage off it. Hi, Hamza. Hamza plus landfall. Ooh, double landfall. I wonder what this card is. It is a mystery. Yeah, Llama's kind of bait here. Trying to get them to go wide so I can Sunfall. I know that's pretty greedy, but like... I think it's appropriate to have a healthy fear of this Hamza. Sometimes you have to do a thing, yeah. Are you gonna kill this anyway? Okay, yeah, that works. I have not dealt damage to them. They have only dealt damage to themselves, right? Like... Yeah, this whole game I haven't done... I haven't done anything. Alright, what was that? Oh, it was an Elvish Mystic. Whee! Alright, excellent. They went wide! Ooh, there was a Necro Bloom in there. Good. Land Tax and Fateful Absence. I would like either or both of those cards. In any order. Thank you. I actually have more lands than them, but I don't... Or I have the same number of lands, but that's not gonna last. Like, they're a landfall deck. I found that, like, Land Tax has been very much going in this deck. Hi, Double Swarm. I think I'll probably end up using double removal on those. I'm gonna start by attacking, though. See if I have to. Because they have the Polluted Delta, so they can, like, double them up. The orb, that's true. The orb was damaging them. I want them to, like, block and then go to sacrifice the Polluted Delta. Okay, and in response, killing the scoot. I'm just trying to reduce the number of bugs I have to contend with, because I can go wide, they can go wider. I was hoping for land tax, but like, next turn. I can like lom into land tax. I have the mana for it. Alright, I think they gotta let me draw now too, which is cool. Curse of Silence and Iganjo. I'll take both. One this turn, one next turn. I want cheap spells for Lom. And that lets me cast 2 non-creature spells. If they get a fetch, though, like, I'm gonna get bugged. Bugga. I can only cast 1. Is it Lom or Lamb? I don't know. I assume it's Lom. Like, big ol' open A. But I don't know. I just make up sounds. Nice pathway. I wonder what that is. It's Liam with his Nissa. Stop having chumpy blockers. Stop having more lands. Now, a little late on that one, so I'll go for the land tax instead. They are certainly wider than me, at least on this turn. I do not know what's over there. How do you do, fellow bugs? Did you get a land? Or a thing that gets a land? No, this is something that can flip up the face downs for just 2 mana. We know they're all creatures. But I don't know what creatures. Okay, land tax. Definitely triggering here. Gimme, gimme, gimme. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I want the Nykthos. Because I will have so much devotion. Bobble first. I don't know what these are. And I'm a little spooked. Patriarch's Humiliation? Okay. I will give this protection from white. Which means I won't be able to target it with more things in the future on this turn, but that's okay. I don't have that many targeting spells. I'm just gonna curse the Hamza. Because eventually they'll replay it. Right? Probably. Hamza, Might of the Yethon. That's the right one. I will use my Nykthos. Just making sure it's leaving up the white colorless. More triggers, please. So I've managed to go as wide as the Scoots for now. For now. Let's see what's on top of their deck. Let's be like Crater Hoof Behemoth. No, it's a land. Okay. I will go to combat. And I will swing with all 3 of these. I give the Phyrexian token? Monastery Mentor double strike. The more Scoots that have to block here, the fewer Scoots get doubled. What's in your hand? Are you gonna flip these up? Is it sorcery speed only? No, it's anytime. I'm like very freaked out about what those could be. What is it? What is it? What is it? I should be like a Shia. Okay, Azusa lets them play a bunch more lands. And they also get to endure. Endure 2 gets them another token. And... oh, Kodama! Okay. That's gonna give trample to things. Not that big when I have this much stuff. Oh, yes, authority of the consoles. Please. Thank you. Yeah, Hoof and Hamza, I guess, is kind of a non-bow, because Hamza would, like, seek it occasionally by accident, and then it's like, oh, well, then you don't get to enter the battlefield. But it does work well in a lot of landfall decks. Alright, so there's the Verge we knew about. They get a face-down card. They can get another face-down card with the Shrieker. They're turning whatever that is face up. It is... Fanatic of Ronus. Why would they play Hoof in their Hamza deck, they ask? Because they can go wide. There's the Hoof. Okay, I actually might be able to survive this. I am going to gift them a card for the Indestructible. I have so much stuff in play here. It's a lot of monks! Yeah! Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. On the Hoof. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 on token. Another 15 on Zuza. These the only ones not blocking? Oh no, I think I'm still dead. I'm still dead. Guys, I didn't have enough monks. I tried, but 'twas not enough. Still a fine game. GG, Hamza, I'm scared of you. Cotus, the Fang Keeper. Please and thanks you. They're going to be hitting me and stealing my spells. And they're going to be really good at hitting my spells because, kind of unfortunately, my spells are all cheap. A lot of them aren't that useful, though, but they're, you know, they're cheap. I'm going to start with the Giver of Runes over Authority. Yeah, I don't know why. Every single person I've matched into today was playing a green deck. I think I played against, like, one Zurggo before I started recording. And there was a... oh, there was the Narset I played against, but they got mana screwed. So that was a feels bad kind of game. Kitten. Hi, Cotus. Cotus is very popular. As far as I am aware, he is the most popular commander from Dragonstorm, both in paper and in Brawl. Yeah, I don't know what about mono white matches into green. Let's see if I can find another land. Nope. This deck is fairly land light, though, so that's 100% fair. I'll play Authority of the Consoles, so their stuff comes in tapped. No hasting your Cotus at my face. And get a kitten! Meow meow. Hi, Ocelotl. Ocelot has the potential to double up not the Monastery Mentors, but the Monk tokens as well. Still got a green up, or a blue. Yay, lands. Patchwork Banner. Still going to name Monk, even though that's not what I have in play here. And hopefully I can, like, take out Cotus. We will see. I gain a life, which triggers the Ocelot Pride, which gets me the token. And maybe that'll be able to block Cotus. Though oftentimes Cotus, you're giving it trample and you're doing similar other things. Ooh, shocking. What is 6 mana? Alpha Authority has hexproof, cannot be blocked by more than one creature. Okay. Cat, are you ready to give your life in support of whatever the heck's going on over here? I don't think I need to use Giver of Runes. I think I'd rather use it to protect the Oss a little. Great. Chump blocker, chumped. Yeah, it's like I could protect it. It doesn't feel great to me. Before playing Lam, I'm going to swing in with the Ocelot and I guess Cat token too. I have good protective spells, but I don't have a 5th mana. I wouldn't tap Giver Runes to save a cat. No, because I feel like if I did, it might kill this cat or force me to use the Surge of Salvation, and I want to save Surge of Salvation for when I have Lam out. I just need, like, one more land. That's fine. Yeah, so, like, they're using removal on this. So I will, in exchange, go for a Dawn's Truce. I don't need the Indestructible. I just need the Hexproof. Yeah, protecting the Ocelot's kind of a priority because this card is so silly good. They're cycling the Zaggoth-tron, probably digging for something to make Cotus a little bit stronger. The Cotus-tron. Yeah, and the Hexproof, like, it does stop Elspeth Conquers Death, so I'd have to remove this first, but I can do that. I have the Stroke of Midnight. Ocelot priority. Hey, I know what's important to me, alright? It's cute kitties. Here's Lam. Maybe. And they did not attack, so I can't gain the life with the Ocelot. Or can I? I have the Surge. I will name green, because they have 2 green creatures. Even nerfed Ocelot's insane, it really is. Go, my precious kitty. So Surge of Salvation, it's not giving protection. It's not giving hexproof. Or it is giving hexproof, but it's giving like a weird damage prevention that's actually super sweet. Oh, he's a royal now. Lam's bigger. It prevents damage from black. And here's that Surge of Salvation. Gonna conjure my monks. Gonna get the prowess trigger. See if they have a follow-up spell. I see the access tunnel for unblockable. Okay, so they're negating it? That's actually okay with me. Like, if I cared that much, I would have left the Giver of Runes up instead of making more cat tokens. I'm still winning this game. I have good removal. I'm, like, with this Nykthos, I'm going to be banking up more mana. I feel pretty good about how this game is going. GG. Zurggo Storm Render. Marduk commander that likes it when your tokens die. I have a mana tithe here, so I feel like this is a kind of keepable hand. I still think I'm going to mulligan, though. Yeah, looking for a little bit more. I got Voice of Victory, too, that can help protect me. I have some more direct removal, Get Lost, which is important because I need to take out Zurggo before they draw cards or drain my life. Now, I don't know if this is Legend VD, but it might be. So when we get into the game, I'm going to give him a big friendly hello. And my cat's going to say hello, too. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Legend is brewing with the new commander cards. This is one of the Tarkir Dragonstorm commander set cards. So let me say hi and kiss and kiss. Mwah, mwah. Excellent. Get Lost is great flavor. Yeah, just like, get out of here. Take a map and get out of here. 2 maps, even. I wonder if the card originally made 1 map, because it's weird to have 2. You like Utter Ends removal and Legion's End. There's a lot of very fun cards, like name-wise and everything else. There we go. He said hi back. Yippee! Oh, the flavor text on it is, I came seeking a challenge and found you. That's on Utter End. Oh, that's rough. That's very insult to injury. Do you not have an opening hand? Okay. Taking his time. Behold! Voice of victory! Please don't do things on my turn, comma, I'm scared. I don't really have to worry about counter spells. Like, maybe Zurggo has a mana tithe. Probably not. Probably not. Probably a lot more like make token, sacrifice token stuff. Zurggo might say it too. Nice. Skrelv Defector Might for protection. Allows you to get through a certain color of blocker, among other things. And I will... Do I want to force out Lamb here? It's one of those things where it's like, how much removal could he have? The answer? A lot. Human? So I'm going to go for Paladin class. Chrome Mox, imprinting the Get Lost. Growing my creatures. Because I can be a go-wide deck early on. I don't need Lamb for it. It does help, though. And I think my Get Lost is not very useful, since Skrelv is out here to protect Zurggo, or whoever else is being played. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the Monastery. Straight up mentoring it. And by it, I mean my monk. Okay, we have Angelic Gift. That's a funny one. It is, however, not quite what I want here. I could still swing in. I think I will bring this out. Yeah, I want to make sure I have like protection or something that can trigger Lum right away. I have like protection during my turn just because can't cast spells. Okay. And I'll swing in with the Voice of Victory and the 2 1/1s that are now 2/2s. A land would allow me to go Lamb into, let's say, just Angelic Gift. Make a Mentor. Why not? Gonna kill my Voice of Victory. I'm actually gonna put this upkeep stop here so I can scry to try to find a land. Yes, Scraps, you are so cute. Uh-oh. They are going to be putting some -1/-1 counters on my stuff. That's scary. So, before the mobilized token is sacrificed to its own effect, they could sacrifice it to Yawgmoth and draw cards. Bye, girl. Yes, you're very cute. Also, shrink my voice. I'm losing my voice. Attacking in also got worse because Yawgmoth! Protection from humans! Me! Humans! Okay, there's a land. Bye, Scraps. It was so lovely having you here. I kind of like making a Flying Voice of Victory. Or Flying Lamb. I feel like they're both good. I'll go for Flying Lamb. I'm gonna be lambing it up. Get myself a Monastery Mentor, draw a card, and I'll still swing in with the Voice of Victory because the protection actually doesn't make a big difference here. You can already block. I want my 3 damage in. And then next turn, I mean, maybe double striking Lamb. Maybe we go down the Endless Corridor. and down and down and down the endless corridor. As every 2 mana is another corridor. It's so good. And then the last one you play, you can do solitary study. Ugh, so nasty. That Arena of Glory could mean some haste is happening, though. Okay, gonna go for killing the Voice of Victory, and I'm totally fine with that. I just want damage in, and I want it now. Chunk. These two are gonna shrink. Or I guess just this one, because this one hadn't been targeted. What does Endless Corridor do? It gives a creature first strike, but more importantly, it puts a copy of itself into your hand, meaning that you can go down another Endless Corridor and another one. So yeah, like I'll have all of my creatures with a first strike, but each time I cast it, it's a prowess trigger. And also like the first strike's cool too. Down to 7 life, fetching up a storm, getting the basic. Did they change the protection visual? They did. Okay, so unfortunately, the Llama is dead. I still got the Mentor, though. And Mentor making monk tokens, nothing to scoff at. Unfortunately, human! The monk tokens are not human, though. Waystone's Guidance. Oh, no, not Waystone's Guidance. This is, like, genuinely the card that I need to build around and is absolutely ridiculous. If I block this, Yawgmoth could sacrifice something else to kill the Mentor. Right now, I don't have a way through this. If that's what they want to do, they'll get to draw anyway off Zurggo. Do I think that they would kill Zahur or Zurggo? Yeah. But I think that could happen anyway. What do I mean? That thing's 2 mana? The fact that it makes the token stronger to me is so wild. Yeah, I don't know if it was right for me to do that, since I cut myself off from my Endless Corridor turn. But Yawgmoth is just such a problem for me. My also little. Oh, it dies so easily. If I play it next turn, crack the tome, I'll have gained life. Kitten. And I can throw one of these down. The benefit I would get from that is it would give me more like Nykthos devotion. War preparation in the main set is similar. It essentially gives all of your creatures like 1 additional mobilize when they're attacking in. But it's 4 mana. Yeah, not 2. And not in white. Also, it'll be saved. Oh no, double the tokens! Yawgmoth, stop! When did Skrelv die? I still block here because of the first strike, but I think Yawgmoth might kill this first. Rip Kitten. At least Yawgmoth drains their life a little. Zurggo does not gain life on the creatures dying. It just draws you more cards, so it's like 5 life left. And I guess going for the life loss there. No longer attacking. Oh no, that was still in attacks. Speed up. Not relevant. I need my white lava axe. Okay, since I no longer have the Ocelotl, oh my god, I can get rid of Yawgmoth. I'm just out here like, finally, I can get rid of him. You already have card draw off Zurggo. Stop shrinking my cool guys. Ah, excellent. Now to watch Lam be destroyed by Elspeth instead. I wonder if I die to flyers. We'll find out. She can do this thing. You know, the thing. He mothed his last Yawg. Yeah. I can gain 4. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I would need to use Maze Mine. Oh no, but these wouldn't be flying. Because this one wouldn't be flying because it gets made as attacking. Somebody else is getting haste though, and I don't like that. Oh, hey, Adeline. Adeline with Mobilize and oh my god. Y'all, this card is ridiculous. Adeline's also ridiculous, but this? Oh, hey, Animpical. It's so hard, by the way, to get Arena to correctly tap your mana for splitting Arena of Glory across 2 creatures. Oh, Lord. Hey. Animpical out here. Also spin out some token. No, I don't need that. It's fine, guys. One of them will be on the ground. 2 of them will be on the ground, even. A couple of them. Yeah, okay. Yeah, uh-huh. I'll block you and you. But Adeline is 18 damage on her own. Big yikes. Well. GG. Ketamos, the new Dawn. Ketamos exiles your permanents to draw cards, losing a little life along the way until he can start attacking. At which point, well, he gains all that life right back. I've got Giver of Runes for some protection, Virtue of Loyalty, and Ironcrag, filling up the board, and hopefully getting out the Lamb and protecting it. I'm going to also try to find a spell to protect Lamb, since I wouldn't be triggering it right away if I play it on turn 3. Ooh, Grand Abolisher is also pretty nice. Typically, Ketamos is trying to do more things on their turn, because that's how you get the card advantage. But still, Grand Abolisher is very helpful. I have this and Voice of Victory in the deck because I find that counter spells on Lamb are just kind of like backbreaking. We're built entirely around the commander, so if the commander's not there, not able to resolve, that's rough. Ooh, and based on the fact that they just played a helpful hunter, they are Blink Ketamos, meaning they're going to be putting a whole bunch of, you know, little kitties into play. Do I want to go for Ironcrag here into Lam next turn? No, I want Grand Abolisher. Yeah, the Blink version of Ketamos takes advantage of the fact that Ketamos is okay with temporary exile. You don't need to permanently exile card to get the trigger. Chromox, okay. You're gonna Swords my Giver? Yep, there's that. My protection! No! See, that would have been you, Lamb. That would have been you. Aw, just noticed they put Obzidot away. That's a self-blinking card. Hovership. Looks like they're gonna slurp up the Grand Abolisher. Still have 2 mana up. But wait! Arnvale Fealty. Make a 2/2 to block the kitten. Meow meow. What? I clicked and it didn't go for the block. That's... Huh. That's frustrating. I don't have enough mana for Lamb and something to trigger him, so I'm just gonna go Virtue of Loyalty. Yeah, that should be a dead kitten. But, it's not. Cat god, little cat. I don't attack in because they can still use Ketamos to crew the hover ship. And we go ka-chunk! Yeah, sometimes when you click and then click, it'll be like, oh, you didn't click on the card. I like that I'll be holding up the duty. Yeah, duty. This one, unfortunately, doesn't give hexproof. No, don't blink that. That cat should be gone. They gain a life. Or, they lose a life, they get a card, they get another card. Here comes the special boy. Bitter Triumphs. They went for destruction, which is perfect because I got duty. And I can protect myself against that. No, Iron Crag. Ka-chunk. Relic of Progenitus, able to exile cards from my graveyard to trigger Ketamos. Goodbye, Duty Beyond Death. Iron Crag wants to play too. You can be equipment later. They already munched up a card from my graveyard, but they can munch up a card from their graveyard with this. Right? Yeah, a graveyard. And it, like, pseudo-reanimates, too, which is neat. There are now 5 cards in exile. They could bring it up to 7 by sacrificing Relic of Progenitus. So, like, Ketamos theoretically can attack and block next turn. Artifact or creature card? I don't have that. I have Fateful Absence. Which I'll probably fire off on something here. Ooh, Surge of Salvation. That is helpful. I will swing in. I will blast Mr. Bones and his Wild Ride. And I want to do as much of this as I can here. So Virtue gets the untap. Triggers, 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 triggers. Go to blockers. Cool. And now that we're in end step, I'm going to do something kind of weird. I have a 1 mana spell in hand. Yes. I'm still left with 1 mana up, and I've grown the cave. I mean, it gives me hexproof. Let's just do it now. Go! Triggers. Triggers, triggers, triggers. Triggers, 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 triggers. If they have a board wipe, they're gonna do it anyway. Ketamos is exiling all the graveyards. Ketamos can now attack and block, though damage is prevented. Looks like they didn't get a board wipe. So next turn I swing in and end the game. GG Ketamos. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I think that this is a very strong commander. And the hardest thing about it is that it costs 4 mana, so you have to set up until you can get it in play. I did find that this was doing very well against a lot of different decks, but if you can't protect it from removal, then you might end up with an empty board where you're doing nothing. I could see running more cards that generate tokens that are themselves non-creature spells, kind of like the Virtue of Loyalty's Unveiled Fealty, as a way to hold the line, or maybe some extra board wipes before you throw down the commander and start going wide. And as far as mono white goes, this is a very unusual deck. Like, yes, it does feel a lot like mono white tokens, but it's not actually a mono white tokens deck. It's more like a spell slinger deck that's got the limitation of you're only in white. And there's not that many other cards that really reward you for that. That's part of why, like, I'm running a card in this deck that we essentially get for free out of our commander, just because that's what we happen to have. I think that this deck could be cool as like an eggs build, running really just cheap, free, and other just can-tripping spells to see how wide you can go with Lamb. But unfortunately, I kept running into landfall decks that were able to go just as wide as I could thanks to Scoot Swarms and things like that, which means that it's a little bit trickier, maybe even more removal is in order. And there's a lot of good flexible white removal that I'm not running in this deck because I always prioritize like Planeswalker removal over everything else. And yeah, maybe I need more creature removal. It could be fun. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander, especially one from the new Alchemy set or the Dragonstorm Tarkir commander set, yeah, let me know. I can now brew all of those in Arena. They were kind of locked for a little while, but now they're unlocked. They're free because they all got released on the 29th. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.